Welcome. I'd like to declare the meeting open and welcome everybody to this ordinary meeting of Council. If anyone needs to leave early, please let Harriet, our governance advisor, know. And just a reminder that the meeting is live streamed. You're never too busy.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be back here, even if it is for a short time. I've enjoyed working with all of you, and I wish the new people the best of. I liked working on the council. I enjoyed being on the disability and the climate action group. Much. Kia ora. I'll see you all around sometime.
Thank you, Madam.
Interest? Are there any? There are none. And there are no apologies. So we'll move on to the public forum.
Alcohol-related harm and poor behaviour, such as drink driving, assault, property damage, due to large crowds and festive drinking, if you want to call it that, that protects lives, lowers crime, and it ensures Riversdale Beach remains welcoming and a safe space. Our community is not just 450 plus empty houses waiting to be used for holidays. 220 are permanent residents, young families, working people, and indeed retirees. A normal suburb just by the sea, and this is our home, and we should be able to walk down the road barefoot without fear of getting hurt when wading through intoxicated, menacing groups and broken glass at any time of the day. So we, the Riversdale Beach Community Association, supports the council adoption of the prohibition, that's a really hard word in English, by the way, option point 1A, I saw in the agenda. It's such an awkward word, the vowels, but anyway, which in turn supports, of course, the Riversdale Beach community. And ideally, this alcohol ban for long weekends and New Year's Eve is actually made permanent. So we look to the council to provide the framework to ensure the well-being of all of us at the beach. Any questions?
There are no questions, Marguerite. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much. And we'll be deliberating this, but we appreciate you coming and talking to us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'd now like to call on John Keane from Castle Point. Yes, please.
Actually, because there's some new members on the council and everything, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say who we are. We're from the Castle Point Break.
Can we just get you to use the microphone? We've got people online and the reporters online too. So
can you hear me? Is that okay?
In the newspaper, perfect.
Perfect. Okay. So just because there's new members of council and whatnot, I'd just like to give what our role is at Castle Point. We're a voluntary group. We work with DOC, Maritime New Zealand, and with Masterton District Council, Regional Council. We supply some linkage with that. Some of our projects have been lighting up the lighthouse in conjunction with the Masterton District Council, keeping the lighthouse going, which we did years ago with Bob Francis, because Castle Point and Cape Palliser are the only two lighthouses left in New Zealand that have the rotating traditional beam and that sort of thing. So our projects have been with DOC, building paths, doing dune restoration, all those voluntary type projects. There's a whole heap of them, putting the radio station in out of Castle Point, so that in the case of a civil defence emergency, that we've got a radio transmitter which we maintain on behalf of broadcasting, and that transmits down to Riversdale. So there's a whole heap of projects that we undertake, fishing competitions. Yeah, so and we worked through these different agencies. We worked with the council to get the seawall built. We recently worked with the regional council, kept the basin area driving on the beach. Now, the reason for that was it was to enhance the visitors to be able to come to. Originally, it was banned to drive on the basin area, down towards the Gap for younger people and families. It's a safe swimming place. The numbers that visit there are huge. Cast Point has changed, and the last one took that as being a holiday period, which wasn't defined. So yes, we would be in favour of that. Yeah. The major concern that comes through from the community is the policing out there. Now, as I said, we push for the wider community visitors to be able to park somewhere and enjoy Castle Point, and that foreshore is quite unique there. So we pushed for that when we did the seawall and the footpath enhancement. We were involved with that, and it's to allow visitors with the council's help. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine, John. That's terrific. It's just that we've got some other people in the public forum. But we thank you for coming in and making a clear statement.
Mayor Bex, Cindy seems to have abandoned me, but if any questions come up, I'll direct them to Cindy. We're here this morning just to speak briefly in support of the alcohol ban in the park during the Golden Cheers event. The World Championships coming up in early March next year. Since joining Trust House 2 or 3 years ago, I've been here for 2 Golden Cheers events, and I've been very pleased and impressed with the level of cooperation that occurs between the police, the Golden Cheers as the organisers, and Trust House around the management of liquor around the Golden Cheers. The Golden Cheers, I understand, did have a bit of a reputation for
of lift through the summer before it sort of all peters down and people wander off to school and get into then times. That's actually all you need to stop you from closing the doors.
Thank you, Ed. Are there any questions?
Don't be left up to anybody, and let's just, let's kind of get the best outcome for everybody. And I'm concerned that council may be sending a different message with such a we're just going to do it regardless.
Okay, any other questions? Jamie?
Yeah, even your discussions over the 48 hours, were the local retailers, were they well aware it had to be consulted well about this project and what the potential impacts were on them?
Some were, some weren't. It is very hard in the main street because I myself have walked more of a, okay, I see this has to be done, but can we please avoid this part and this part and this part? I think that the bigger picture people probably deal with a few more zeros, and a couple of bad months don't hit them quite as much. I think there might be a mismatch of knowledge of how these different businesses work. That worries me. That's why I think the carrot at the end of saying, hold on there, we're going to do this, it's worth sticking around for, might just be enough to keep people from, it's the worst time.